Okay, it looks like we are live, and I am cleaning my glasses at the last minute here and getting ready. So, starting a little bit later at request of some of our Asian subscribers that wanted us to start a little bit later sometimes, so we're doing that at 5:30 p.m. And let me make sure that I've got the video here available. There it is. There she blows. Uh-oh. Chipmunk voice. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to have to stop and restart. I'm going to have to stop and restart, so stand by, folks. Let me stop. p.m. And let me make sure that I've got the...
Let me refresh this. I can't get to the live.
Okay, I'm going to have to stop and restart.
Let's see here if this restarts and see what happens. Testing, testing, let me know if we have any audio. Testing. So testing. Okay, that does look like the audio is okay now. Joey, let me know if the audio is okay, non-chipmunky. That's the first time in a while that the chipmunk voice has come back. But it came back with a vengeance. Let me know, folks, if I am live, first of all, and let me know if the sound. Carlos says sound is good. Okay, good. And Carlos, give us a report. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, big guy? By the way, if you have the virus and if you recover, then no reason for you not to come to Maryland, because you will be immune, I think. Well, they do say some people get reinfected, but anyway. It's always a moving environment. Sounds good. Kyle in the house. Sound is good. Craig. Okay, good. Good, good, good. All right, so it's the first day of spring here. It's warm. It's like 70 degrees. And so I broke out my Congressional Country Club shirt. And, of course, I'm wearing the 231 titanium stunner. I do have the bracelet extended one little notch here. You can probably see there, one little notch. I'm going to move it on the micro adjustments here, one click, pretty soon. Pretty soon. If I'm pretty sure the warm weather's here, I typically this time of the year expand it one notch bigger. And I guess that's about 1 millimeter or so on these micro adjustments. I'm not sure exactly what, maybe 2. Maybe somebody can say, what are the micro adjustments on the 231? What are the increments of that? How many millimeters? Maybe somebody knows. That'd be a good thing to know. Let's see. I'll give anyone 3 rolls of toilet paper for a steel Submariner. Anyone in the States having issues with egg shortages at their local stores? We have eggs here, but excuse me. As mentioned earlier, see, I've got it. I've got the thing. As mentioned earlier, toilet paper, no, not so much. I went to Costco today and stocked up on some more things, and no toilet paper there. Of course, I have plenty here. I don't need it. I always keep a lot of supplies year-round. I mean, I don't wait for a disaster to get stocked up on supplies. But and by the way, they had everything healthy. They had tomatoes, they had avocados, Fortunately for me, I'm the only one that eats all the really healthy stuff, so there's never shortages of what I want. There might be shortages of Cheetos and potato chips and things like that, but no shortages on the things that I eat. So that there is a benefit sometimes where you kind of like go your own way, where you don't follow the matting crowd. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about steel Rolexes. Steel Rolexes, folks, again, they're in the topic here. I didn't make this up. There's a posting. I'm telling you, I didn't make this up right here on the Rolex Collectors World page, right here. There's a post by this gentleman. He says, I may get the coronavirus or become laid off and need to sell this ASAP. First 5,000 takes it. Is this what everyone is hoping will happen? Sorry, not for sale. Okay, so this started a whole thread of people, and I chimed in, and I said there are deals out there, because there are starting to be deals, and you're starting to see prices on these things falling. So speaking of a steel stunner, there's a steel stunner, that '05. So you're starting to see the prices on some of these steel stunner Rolexes. Some of them are starting to tumble a little bit, folks. There's a little bit, I'm playing with the mic here, getting adjusted. There's a little bit of tumblage in the prices, folks. And I think it's just beginning. And then somebody says, well, they stopped making them for 2 weeks, so there are going to be even more shortages. The price is going to go through the roof. That was my reply, LOL. I just said, my goodness, does this person have no clue? So here's the thing, folks. There are a bunch of people out there that have no clue. They think that the prices of these steel Rolex stunners are going to stay way over list price. And so those are the folks you want to sell to right now. If you own a Rolex steel stunner and you can sell that puppy for over list, do it. I've told you guys a month ago. I told you 2 months ago. I even started talking about this 6 months ago. I said, listen, this thing's going to come to an end. Musical chairs, it's going to come to an end. There aren't going to be enough chairs for the people to sit in. So some people are going to get stuck with these steel stunners. So please be smart. Get out of your steel stunners while you can, while there are still people that are delusional that think that this party's going to go on forever. Dump, dump, dump. Now's the time to dump. That's what I say. Now's the time. Let me fix this door's out of whack there. So sell while you can. Your time is running out, folks. And then once you get all the money for that steel stunner, or 2 or 3 of them, get yourself a gold stunner. Buyer's market right now on the gold Rolexes. Buyer's market on some of the nice gold Omegas, even some of the Pateks. You can get some real deals, especially the ones, the smaller ones like the 37 mil. Everybody wants the big watches, right? The 37 mil Patek would be a very good move. But hey, negotiate. Get yourself a really good deal. It's a buyer's market right now. Buyer's market. Do that. That's my advice. That is advice. That is financial advice. We usually don't give financial advice on this channel, but that is some solid financial advice right there. And he was hiking around the neighborhood. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, there's the toilet paper. And then the egg question. It's spring here, so I broke out my new herbal fragrance. Here's a hint, guys. Females like a clean and fresh smelling man. There you go. They also like a close shave. They really do. They don't like the straggly, hipster 3-day beard look that's all hip and cool. The ladies don't like that. I'll give you a tip. They like you to be nice, clean shaven. Nice clean shave. They go for that. Let's see. Why do you think all these girly guys, shave their chest and stuff? I mean, it's the same concept, right? So there you go. Let's see what else we got. We're fine. Very, very light symptoms. 3 members of the family. Health service is following it by phone, but not tested yet. Okay. They were very well stocked with fresh vegetables at my local store. Processed hamburger patties, nope. Cheat town. Stay healthy, Carlos. Get plenty of vitamin C. Okay, there you go. That's a good tip. Hey, Craig, with no changes on my Chrono 24 collection, my steel collection valuation has gone up 10% in the last 2 weeks. Am I just lucky? Get the money, man. Take the money. Liquidate. Get the money. You don't have anything until you've actually sold the items and have the money in your pocket. Yeah, take the money. My goodness, yes. Tom Austin says in the house, hi all. Jason M says, I don't think that the GMTs and Daytonas will come down to retail, but definitely will come down 30% in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I wish they would. They will. Jason, be patient. Everything's going to come down. You'll probably be able to get a lot of those things under retail. Remember, the Daytona was never a popular watch. It was just hyped up here the last few years, and everything went crazy, and it's not really a very good watch, to tell you the truth. It's got a really busy dial. There are a lot of better choices for Rolexes, and people are going to wake up on this stuff. These fads and these trends, they don't last. They don't last. So be patient. Be patient if that's what you want. Be patient. Let's see here. Tom says it's early morning there. Joey says, last summer I sold my Batman, and with the cash I got the CraigShip combo, the GS231 and the 005, and a vacation with my lady. Whoa! What a move. What a power move that was. He's got a 231 and an 005. There's the 231. Stunner. Look at that thing. Look at that thing on wrist. No, trust me, no Submariner ever looked that stunning on wrist. Now, part of it, of course, is my wrist, but, a lot of it's the watch. And there, speaking of stunners, there's the other one, the 005. The 005 Stunner. This is for people who don't follow the crowd, man. People go a little slightly different direction here. That's why 2 months ago, go back, watch my shows. I said, hey, I've gone to cash in my investments. I think the market is overheated. I think it's too high. I think there's going to be, quote, a big pullback, not a little pullback. I think there's going to be a big pullback. Go back and watch the shows. I talked about it several freaking times, and people today were telling me, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? I would have sold. I would have gone to cash. Why didn't you tell me? I was telling every freaking body. But people don't want to listen. They don't want to listen. They say, oh, well, you can't time the market. You can't, And then there were people that told me, oh, you sold too soon. You sold too soon. The market is still going up. I sold, it was like 28,000, right? And then it went up to like 29,000, right? And 29 something. And they said it's going to hit 30,000, right? What's it at now? 20,000? What's the Dow at now? Let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what the Dow's at now. Dow Jones is at 20,087. So I think I did all right selling out at about 28,000. I think I did all right. I'll take that. That's close enough. Close enough for government work. Let's see. It's going to come down. We may go into a depression. Just wait until the spring breakers go home and this thing spreads further. Back in the 70s, the Daytona was a dog and very few people bought them. That's why the vintage ones are so collectible. There you go. Well, they're collectible because everybody's gone wow, not so crazy over Daytonas. That's why they're collectible right now. But as soon as people become sane and realize that it's ridiculous to collect those things, they'll come back down to earth a little bit, I think. And our Wags is in the house. He says, hopefully everybody is well. Eat well, exercise, wash your hands often, and take your vitamins. What did I miss, Craig? You didn't miss a whole lot. We're just really getting into it. We're getting into the thick of things. I was saying folks that have steel Rolexes need to sell now. When they had the steel stunner Rolexes, the time for getting out was a month ago, of course, but there are still people that are delusional. I showed them on the on this posting on Rolex Collectors World. There are still people that are delusional, that are thinking that the price is going to go up. That's what they're saying. They're saying because the Rolex factories is closed for 2 weeks, the price is going to go through the roof. They said, buy steel Rolexes now because the price is going to go through the roof, even higher than they are now, right? So I said, hey, sell it to those people. Of course, most of the people that are saying that are people that are dealers that have them in stock and want you to buy them. So there's that. They're not exactly buying. So, yeah. Let's see here. What have we got here? Stock market is green today. Are you still waiting for 10% pullback? I think we can start scaling back into some stocks. I think there might be another little pullback. I think it's close enough. I was looking for 40% total pullback, and we're, north of 30%, I think, at this point. Some stocks are a bargain. So, yeah, buy some Boeing stock, I guess. These are not recommendations. The company that owns Churchill Downs, that does the Mike Novogratz was talking about it the other day. that does the Kentucky Derby. That is totally beat up. Their stock is totally beat up. So there's some stocks that are really beat up that might be the time to start scaling in. I don't think I'd go all in right now, but might start scaling in. And by the way, this is a pansy-free zone also on this channel. This is not only a troll-free zone, but this is a pansy-free zone. So those that are panicking and that are letting the current environment out there control their life, and they're just like, pulling into their shell and giving up on everything and so on and so forth, it's probably best to just go to another channel, because this is not a pansy channel here. This is a channel for people that deal with issues head on, and that prepare and that take advantage. This is going to create a lot of wealth. This situation that's going on right now, this turmoil, they're going to be people that are going to come out the other end wealthy. They're taking advantage. They're movers and shakers. They're making things happen. My guess is our WAGs is making some things happen. I wouldn't doubt that one bit. Speaking of gold, one of my favorites in my collection is my Rolex 116618 LB yellow gold blue Submariner. Oh yeah, okay. I feel like Goudia when I wear, whoever that is. Okay, and I love it. Oh yeah, so that's all gold, I guess, is what you're saying. Okay, I'm not familiar with that the model numbers on these things, but a gold sub, yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. You missed don't buy a Tudor. Yeah, we'd pass on the Tudors, on the whole Tudor deal. We're just going to take a detour on that one. Are you going to buy back in now, or do you think, okay, we already talked about that. Good point, Craig. We have a business personality here in UK, James Caan. His motto is go against the herd, because that's where the next revenue stream is. Well, the last 2 weeks, I've been buying Bitcoin, folks. I hate to break the news to you, but I've been buying more Bitcoin. And let's see what Bitcoin did today. Let's just take a real quick gander here. Let me refresh this page a little bit and see what Bitcoin did today. It's refreshing, and I'll cut to it once it refreshes. My laptop likes to lag a little bit while I'm broadcasting because I'm hogging the bandwidth at 5.3 megabits per second on this stream, this 1080p stream. Okay, so there we are. We're up 15.55%, 15.55% in the last 24 hours. We're at 62.41 as we speak. So there you go. So those that have been buying Bitcoin the last couple of weeks on this big dip did okay there so far. And I think if we talk about this 2 years from now, in 2 years, they'll be saying, oh my gosh, I could have bought Bitcoin under $10,000. I did that video, you recall. And of course, people chided me because I bought 2.5 Bitcoins at just under $10,000. It's, oh my gosh, you lost half your money, right? Well, first of all, I didn't sell the Bitcoin, so I didn't realize a loss. And now it's on its way back up, folks. It's on its way back up. Now, will it go down tomorrow? Who knows? Nobody knows. This is the roller coaster ride that is Bitcoin. But I'm not selling any of my Bitcoin. I have what's called a strong hand. I'm holding every last one of them until kingdom come. There you go. Never sell your Bitcoin. That's the way that works. Sell everything else. And by the way, if the government sends me $1,000, they say they're going to send everybody $1,000 or some rumor going around. Guess what I'll do with it? I'll immediately buy Bitcoin with it. I'm going to turn that worthless fiat into Bitcoin immediately. My gosh, folks, they are printing money and spending money like drunken sailors, and that's an insult to sailors because sailors could never keep up with these guys. Trust me, folks, that fiat is going to be freaking worthless. Wait until the inflation comes a year or so from now. Wait until the hyperinflation starts and all that kicks in. There's going to be people running for lifeboats, and there ain't going to be enough freaking lifeboats. You think you've seen something now. You ain't seen nothing yet, folks. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. I've heard Chip. I've heard Chip Day that many times. Okay, say that. I think say. Okay. Um, let's see. Never hurts to reiterate it. Okay. Stay away from airline and cruise stocks. Hey, might be a good idea to buy some of those beat up cruise stocks. Might be a good idea. Bottom fishing, man. Bottom feeding. Okay. Nobody who ever bought bank stocks in a dip ever regretted it. There you go. Hey, Craig and all, wearing my SBGN 005. He's wearing the 005 Stunner. I wonder if he's got the leather strap on there, the alligator strap. David, let us know, when do you switch over from the alligator back to the steel, or are you staying with the alligator most of the time? And let me know which you find more comfortable, more agreeable. Which do you enjoy more, the steel or the alligator? I'd be interested to hear that little tidbit of information. Let's see. Our WAG says, agreed, Craig. Scale in, don't go all in, maybe 10 to 20% of the time. This is a once in a decade buying opportunity in the weeks ahead. Our WAG's in the house. Are you a hodler? Hold on for dear life. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was doing that before they even coined that phrase. I have to be honest with you. It was about early 2017 that I really started hodling. Now, I did sell some off when it hit like 15,000. I sold a relatively small amount. But after that, from that point on, I really started hodling, and that was it. That was the last time I sold any. And before that, I'd done some trading and trying to time the market and stuff, and that usually, especially with Bitcoin, that usually is not a good way to go. You end up making some fiat, but you end up in the long run losing, your Bitcoin holdings. So, but yeah, since I sold that, now I did sell one a while back, that one Bitcoin that I bought for 4,000, then I sold it like 8,500 just as like a demo. So I was just playing around with one Bitcoin. But generally speaking, yeah, at this point, absolute holding. Let's see here. I live in Navy Town, and I can see plenty of sailors driving around and highly mortgaged out Mustangs and Camaros. And I'm thinking, like, here, I mean, one of the things the government's talking about doing is a bunch of loans to these businesses, small business loans and all this. I mean, is this what people really need? Do people just really need to just go further in debt? Is that the solution to this whole thing? And then, of course, the helicopter money, just giving everybody money. Just throw money around, just give everybody money so people can go and spend money and so on and so forth. I mean, just wild times. How are you reading strong dollar in these circumstances? Well, I mean, my gosh, the other currencies are worse off than than the dollar. I mean, that's the thing. By default, we're winning just because everybody else is even worse. I mean, Europe's got all kinds of problems. I mean, South America's got all kinds of problems. I mean, yeah, I mean, all the fiat currencies are pretty shaky, but the dollar is at the top of the shaky heap, right? It's better than the rest, right? Better than the options. So it's a question of degrees. But the problem is, it's all going to catch up. It's all going to catch up. This huge debt. And not just the debt that the federal government has, but the all the corporate debts, all the consumer debt is out of control. I mean, I think the chickens are going to come home to roost at some point, but we'll see. We'll see when that happens. We'll see what happens. We'll watch it live, won't we, on this channel? Let's see. I don't think us rich people are going to get a check, Craig, at the A machine. Well, there's a rumor one of the plans is to give everybody a check, isn't it? But isn't one of the plans that they give different amounts depending on your income? And maybe, I guess, yeah, if you're over a certain amount, maybe you'll get nothing. I'm used to getting nothing. I'm used to, I'm used to paying for everybody else to get money and then me getting nothing. That's normal. I mean, that's yeah, that's just par for the course. I received a no date sub new. I was TU to buy a GS. How much can I get for it? Full stickers, thank you. I received a no date sub new. So you have a no date sub that you got new. Well, you might be able to get a little bit over retail for it. I don't know. I mean, you better do it quick because I think the prices are falling. I think that the time to get out of the steel stunners, it's running out, folks. You better get out now. You better get out while you can. It might be too late now. But if you can get out, get the heck out. If you can get out of those Rolex steel stunners, get out of them. Because here's the thing. I hate to break the news to you guys, but a steel Rolex is really nothing special. It's a tool watch. It's a watch to wear and enjoy and use and tell time, but ain't nobody going to ooh and ah over it out in the wild. They're not going to care that you're wearing a steel Rolex. It's just a tool. It's something to wear and tell time with. It's not something to pay $5,000 over list for. I'll put it that way. If you're spending that kind of money, get yourself a gold stunner, and a gold stunner really is a stunner. They see you wearing a solid gold sub or a date 8 or even a solid gold Omega, a solid gold Grand Seiko. I mean, those are going to get attention. A Patek Philippe. I mean, that 18 karat gold has just a look all its own. Now yellow gold now, folks. 18 karat yellow gold. It just pops. It's just amazing. It always has been, always will be. That's timeless. Okay. Strap is still on watch. Seasonal. We'll switch back to bracelet or NATO maybe late April or early May. Both bracelet and strap equally comfortable. Okay. Our wags in the house. Love the Boeing idea. Number one U.S. exporter. Yep. Stock in the 440s a couple of years ago. Now you can buy it under $100. Yep. Great long-term investment. There you go. No Boeing. Was 440 a year ago. Okay, there you go. Maybe should buy some stocks in companies that make face masks and hand sanitizers. That might be too late for those. They might have already done their thing, but yeah, we'll see about all that. In Hong Kong, the government is giving everyone roughly 1,000 USD also. There you go. Everyone, or are some of the upper income people not getting it, or is it just everyone? Blanket. Uber was up 30% before I went to sleep last night. Wow. Tom Austin in the house, bringing some facts to the table. Let's see. I was too young at the time for the Obama stimulus package. How did that work? That's a good question. I'm not sure how it worked. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously the market eventually turned around, and we had that long, slow recovery. But a lot of people say that a lot of the things they did made it a slower recovery than it would have actually been. So, who knows? Let's see. BA is really beaten up. Good idea. Also, gaming will bounce back. Las Vegas Sands could be one to watch. Not investment advice. David Williams in the house. Is Little Treasury still open? They closed at 5 o'clock today. Steve closed at 5. So he closed a little earlier than normal, but he was open today. He might Skype in to the show. So we shall see. Let me get my Skype up just to see, just to be ready, just in case. Okay, so we got Skype standing by, just in case he calls in. Okay, so when economic downturns happen, always look at stock prices in liquor companies. There you go. Yeah, people go out and get drunk. Best from Morocco. Every permanent resident, I believe. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to see what we're going to see. Let me know in the chat, folks. What are you going to do with your $1,000? Is it going to be a one-time thousand, or is this all rumor? Is this going to happen in the U.S., or is this just still? They're just still talking about it. Let me see here. I'm going to see what other tabs I had here. Oh, by the way, let me show you one of the recent photos that we took of the lovely Brianna. The lovely Brianna. Did I show you this one the other day? I think I did. Oops. What's happening here? I'm reloading this thing. Oh, let me just make it bigger, a little bit bigger here. Okay. Okay, so that must still be loading in. It's not sharp. It must still be loading in. The heck is wrong with this program? Okay, that's sharper. Okay. So here's one of the recent photos of the lovely Brianna. The lovely Brianna, she was live on the show the other day, folks. Live on the show, but you guys didn't give her that much feedback, so she's not on the show right now, but she could be on the show if you guys give her more favorable feedback. The lovely Brianna, BrieFitDance.com. Let's see if I can pull that up. There you go. BrieFitDance.com. BrieFitDance.com. There you go. All right, that's our little commercial for the lovely Brianna. Let's see. I bought a case of Corona on day one. There you go. I went to supermarket. They had good stock, but they are installing wooden panels on all windows and doors. Really a bad feeling. Wow, okay. Getting ready for riots. Okay. Everybody gets a check is a nice line, but I think when they write out the details of the bill, it won't include the rich. Besides, the rich will pay way more for this plan than they would ever get. Well, hopefully the rich are smart and they're moving a lot of their money into Bitcoin. So they're stepping outside of all this fiat nonsense. Hopefully that's what they're starting to do. And I think some of them are starting to do that. So there you go. I think some of the ultra rich are starting to buy Bitcoin. I've heard rumors of that. So what do you guys think about that? What is Andrew Yang president? Okay, there you go. Yeah, he's the one that wanted a universal basic income, right? He wanted to just basically pay people so that they can sit home and watch Netflix and watch this show. We'll get more viewers, folks. We'll get more viewers on the show if they all have universal basic income. That's how that works. Let's get a close-up on the 231 real quick. I was watching one of the old James Bond movies. I like the watch from when Pierce Brosnan was James Bond. I like that model. That's a cool looking watch, and some of those movies are pretty cool. I was revisiting a few of those the other day. They're on Netflix, a lot of them. And Bree and I were watching the one with Halle Berry. What is that? Die Another Day or something. Anyway, the one with Halle Berry. She's pretty hot. Yeah. So we were watching that one the other day, and yeah, pretty cool timepiece, those Omegas. So yeah. Somebody said they're thinner and a little bit smaller than the ones now. So yeah, it looked like it was a good all-arounder size. Let's see what else. Our wags. The 1,000 per person idea will mean tested chip. That leaves at least you and me out. The proposal to do this is being finalized and will soon be made public. Okay. Well, somebody's got to foot the bill, right? So there you go. Do you think movie theater chains will survive? That's a good question. They're having problems right now. That's for sure. I mean, I just have to think. I have to think that long term, this is going to all benefit Bitcoin. Because think about it. It's the only thing that's actually limited to 21 million units, period, full stop. You know, with the U.S. dollar, they're just going to print and spend, you know, quantitative easing, you know, whatever terminology they want to use. I mean, they're going to dilute the heck out of that thing. And, I mean, it's just going to be a mess, folks. And so, yeah, I think that's going to be the beneficiary of all this is going to be the good old honey badger. The good old honey badger. Let's see. Checks are expected to be sent in about 3 weeks from what I've seen. James Scott in the House. The Donald right now is out lefting Nancy. Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're all like on a spending freeze. They love to spend money, those folks on Capitol Hill. I mean, they love to spend money. And the president, of course, he's going to go right along with it. Yeah, oh yeah. He just spend, spend, spend. David Williams, I saw the share price has been beaten to the ground from 33 to $2. It would be great if Jeff Bezos just burned 500 billion to help everybody. I don't think that would be enough. I think to help everybody, you need trillions, and that's what they're talking about spending. I think they're talking about spending trillions of dollars before this is all over, aren't they? Aren't they in the trillions? Yeah, they don't talk billions anymore, man. That's chump change. They're they're going for the trillions. Trillions. Okay, so let's see. I mean, at the end of the day, look at this. Hey, let's pull up. Let's pull up the stunner. Let's pull up the 002 stunner. Here it is. Okay, there's the 002 stunner. I mean, how stunning is that? Look at that piece. Look at that piece. You know, you tell me, folks. You tell me. Now let me pull up the. I'm going to pull up for those of you who haven't seen it. I know a lot of you all have seen it, but for those of you who haven't seen it, let's look again at the. At Tim's video. Let's look at Tim's video here real quick. See if we can get this to play.
These videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Launched for 2019 in honor of the 20th anniversary of the original 1999 manual wind spring drive caliber, this is the Grand Seiko Elegance collection spring drive hand wound, part of a collection informally dubbed the Thin Dress series. So this 20th anniversary watch is graceful in yellow gold at 38.5 millimeters in diameter on.
I mean, look how trim that is on wrist. Look at the shape of that. Now, see on his wrist, it looks a little bit like it's a little bit too long, but on my wrist, I think it'll be just perfect fit. Just perfect fit. And look how flat it lays on the wrist. I mean, talk about a dress watch. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. Move into a gold stunner, folks. Forget about the steel. I mean, you know, come on. A real gentleman's watch has always been gold, always been 18 karat yellow gold, folks. This craze to be loaded up with all kinds of steel and call it a precious metal. This is crazy. This is crazy, folks. Turn away from that. Turn away from that foolishness. You know, just because there's a bunch of macro shots on the internet showing these really cool looking dials on these steel stunners and, you know, saying how wonderful they are and all that. No. Sorry. They're delusional. Delusional, okay? That is delusional. The way to go, a gentleman's dress watch, even a gentleman's everyday watch, should be 18 karat yellow gold. Now, if you want a heavy sport watch, a heavy use sport watch, absolutely have that in rotation, something like a 231 like I have on my wrist right here. Okay? But don't pay heavy bucks, don't pay gold watch heavy bucks for a steel stunner. That's not the way to go. And you're hearing it only on this channel. You're not hearing this on any other channel. They're not going to tell you on the other channels because they've drank the Kool-Aid. This ain't Kool-Aid in this glass. This is H2O. Let's see here. Canada is providing Canada is providing $400 CAD every week for the next 15 weeks. Those folks can buy some Bitcoin with that. Absolutely. Bloomberg wasted over $500 million right before the panic. Yeah. Crappy could buy a new Oris if we got those $1,000 checks. David Williams, yeah, I used to own DIS. There's rumors Apple might buy Disney in this downturn. Whoa, that would be cool. That would be cool if Apple bought Disney. Oh my gosh, what a turnabout. What a turnabout. How cool would that be? Yeah. I think buying Disney would be a good move. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. And I think individuals buying it would be a good move. I'm not financial advice, folks. I'm just a guy here on the internet, and this is what I might do, but I'm not telling you to do it. Here in Denmark, fuel prices are sinking fast. How's it in the U.S.? Yeah, I didn't fill up my Prius today. My Prius has just over half a tank, and I didn't fill it up. I'm going to wait a little while and see what happens with all that. I normally would have topped it off, right? Especially in these apocalyptic times. But with gasoline, like, cratering, maybe I won't do that. I would stop thinking about it and buy it already. You've made 5 videos about the rights. It's very clear that you love it. He hasn't got it in stock yet. Okay, let me tell you something about the Stunner. Okay, let me give you some updates on the Stunner. All right. Here's the Stunner that I've been talking. Whoop, that's not the picture of the Stunner. There's the Stunner. Okay, so here's the one appeared on eBay. One appeared on eBay a couple days ago, and it was only up for about 6 hours or so, and it was Govberg. It was those folks had it, and sold, gone. 25,000 was the asking price. I don't know what they got for it. I don't know, but it was sold in 6 hours. And I talked to Steve about it, and he said they play a lot of games. He says they are an actual GS, Grand Seiko dealer, AD, and they kind of like take watches and sell them as used and play some games, but maybe I'm not supposed to be talking about that. But anyway, maybe that's insider information. Hey, guys, keep that under your hat, okay? But anyway, it's sold. It's sold relatively quickly. So now I talked to Steve today, and Little Treasury is starting to feel the pinch a little bit. The last time I talked to him, he was very bullish and things were going great and blah, blah, blah. But today, he's cutting back hours. They're trying to figure out how to do more stuff online, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hoping he still gets the watches in the end of this month. He did not say he's not going to get them in. Now, folks, many times on this channel, I said, hey, I'm telling you what I was told. They'll be in the end of this month. Now, it's not under my control. I don't have a pipeline to Grand Seiko. They won't even return my calls. They could give a rat's rear end about Craig and Craig's channel. Grand Seiko could care less, right? So I have no pull, no sway, no nothing with them getting the watch in and getting the watch to Steve. They either get them to Steve. He claims he's got 2 coming in. That either happens or it doesn't. I have no control. No control. The only control I have is if I get the call and he's got it in, or he says, hey, it's coming in tomorrow by FedEx, be here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I will be there with bells on and with cash. That's the only thing I can commit to. So that's the way it is, folks. As Walter Cronkite would say, that's the way it is, or however he says it. That's it. So that's the full deal. That's all I know at this point. I know no more, no less than what I've shared with you. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, Craig, by getting out of the market and missing the 33% decline, you could easily make the $25K purchase price of the GS by making some timely stock investments. Oh, I intend to, folks. I don't spend money that I don't have. I do take advantage. Absolutely. I think everybody should be taking advantage of what's going on right now. And they should have bought Bitcoin on the dip. Not financial advice, but that's what I did. That's what I did. And I'm actually going to buy some more. I think I'm going to buy some more here pretty soon. So there you go. I just like the idea of having something that the government can't mess with. I just there's something about that whole idea that's intriguing. I'm still waiting for some new watch releases. Tom in the house. Okay, we'll see what comes out. California taxes gas heavily and requires all gas sold here gets refined in state. That's what keeps the prices high. Cheetown. Craig, you need to get to the local AD and try on the new date live on the channel. Can't eliminate until trying on. I had day dates for 40 years. It's not, there's not that big a deal. Except if you're talking about the day date 40, but I don't want something that big and heavy as an all-arounder. And see, the only reason I would buy a day date is if I was going to use it as an all-arounder, an all-the-time watch. And I still got the legibility problem. This is so much more legible. So, and I'm dressing more casual these days. I still dress up when I go on meetings and all that sort of thing, but not all the time like I used to. Back in the day when I was wearing suits every day, selling cars, I was always dressed up and all the time. I mean, a day date made all the sense in the world. But now that I'm dressed like I am right now, casual more often, a heavy-use sport watch like this with the legibility that it has is fantastic. And the accuracy, man, don't even get me started on the accuracy on this puppy. This has to be the best sport watch I've ever owned. And I've owned a lot of really nice sport watches over the years, including GMT2s, a couple of them, a red sub, some Omegas. I mean, this thing is just absolutely amazing. So, yeah. And anybody I know that's bought a 231 has pretty much said the same thing. I mean, universally. Let's see. Craig, what do you think of the style of the Seiko SLA 033? It's been leaked that Seiko is releasing a new, more affordable value version at 42 mil, ceramic bezel, etc. A Seiko SLA 033. Yeah, let me see if I can pull this up. It's a recreation of a 1970s diver. Let me pull it up here. Here it is. Okay, so see, I'm not a fan of that case style. I mean, I'm just not. No, I'm just not a big fan. I mean, I'm sure it's a very useful, very legible, very nice watch, but I mean, I have gotten absolutely spoiled by this stunner here. I like the lug design on this, the case design, everything about it. I would prefer over that watch there. So yeah. I mean, that's all right, but again, I've been spoiled. So yeah. Most watch stores in Italy have a 20% sale on all their products right now. It might get even higher. Great watch buying season. There you go. When Craig buys, the whole market moves. Tom is in the house. It was just announced that Panama is suspending all international flights. Wow. So you can't come to Maryland even if you wanted to. But you usually fly private, don't you, Carlos? You usually fly private? When Steve gets the two watches and you go see it, probably you will be wearing masks. Cannot wait to see the video. I can't wait to see the piece in person. I mean, I really want to see the piece in person, but hey, this is bad timing. This is bad timing that this thing hit hard, and I hope everything works out. I hope they ship the watch on time. I hope he gets it. We will know. I mean, it's 10, 11 days away or whatever, right? The end of the month. I mean, so we will see what we shall see. And I don't know what he meant by end of the month. Does he mean literally the end of this month? Or does he mean, well, maybe that's like the 5th of April or something? Or, I mean, some people, the end of the month has different meanings and all that good stuff. Maybe it's only the 25th of the month. Maybe he considers that the end of the month. Maybe it'll be before the actual end of the month. I don't know. I have a lot of information I don't know. And he might Skype in. Let me text him real quick and see if he's going to Skype in. I'm going to say Skype in if you wish. SKY, Skype in if you can. If you can, exclamation point. Bam. Okay. So we'll see if he does that. Let me get Skype and get it to the forefront here. So just in case he calls, we'll be good to go. Let's see. And by the way, I'm doing this show a little bit longer, a little bit later, and a little bit longer because I wanted the folks in Asia to be able to tune in, and the time change made it even earlier in the morning for them. It was like 4:30 in the morning or something. And so to do it a little bit later, it's a time when they can actually get up and participate. So hopefully that's helpful to some people. What do you think about A-Lang? It's on dress watch. They make some nice pieces, but I think if I was going to go with something other than the Grand Seiko 002, I think it would be more something like a Patek, or even there's a few of the Omegas, gold Omega dress watches that are pretty intriguing looking. Some of them have pretty nice case designs, and some of those are very affordable for what you get, I think. So there are some options, some competitive options out there. Let's see, Craig, what about another Datejust? I mean, the point of a dedicated dress watch that I wear occasionally, to me, having manual wind and not having the screw down crown is a plus, because you just wind it up, set the time, and go, and no date to fool with or anything. So, again, if I was buying an all-arounder, a watch to wear all the time, Datejusts are great for that. Now, we've talked about that many times on the channel. That's a great all-arounder watch. I don't like it either. Looks just fat. There you go. Craig, wearing the Seiko Turtle as we speak. It's a little big, but still wears well on my fairly slender wrist. Best $300 to spend on an automatic dive watch. There you go. Carlos, almost never fly private unless invited. Yeah, there you go. Derek in the house, a good deal from Steve over at Little Treasury. It's not Treasures, it's Little Treasury. Would be that GS Stunner plus a used day date for $30K. I don't need the day date though. What would I use the day date for? It would just be sitting just like my other one was sitting. That's why I sold the other one, because it was just sitting. I don't like to have watches just sitting around. Yeah, that's not me. Other people like to have a whole bunch of watches sitting around that they don't wear. That's not me. I wear my watches. So it's 6:30 a.m. here, so I appreciate the later time. Tom in the house, there you go, helping out a little bit with Tom. Consider an Omega Constellation if you don't like the GS. That might be what I was talking about with some of the, like a gold Omega Constellation. Let's see if we can pull one up. Omega Constellation. Omega Constellation, and I'm going to try to find one. Oh no, with an integral bracelet. Oh no 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 no. Let's see if this comes up. Well, I better cut to it once it comes up. No 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 no. Here we go. There. No 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 no. Never 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 will I buy a watch with an integral bracelet. No no no. Forget that. That is no fly zone. No fly zone for me. Nothing with an integral bracelet. Not going there. My first real watch when I was like probably 12 years old was a Seiko Bellomatic. Loved that watch. Seiko Bellomatic. My uncle brought me from Japan. Brand new. First real watch. I think I was 12. Anyway, had an integral bracelet. And eventually the integral bracelet failed, and I couldn't really put any other bracelet on it. I had no options. I was dead in the freaking water. I guess I could have sent it back to Seiko, right? That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to buy a watch with an integral bracelet. No, not going to happen. People say, oh, I've got an offshore, I've got a this, I've got a that. They're amazing. They got an integral bracelet. They're the way to go. No, 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 no. There are much better options, folks. Don't have to go there. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week. Pass on the integral bracelet. Do a sidestep on that one. Craig, I hope you're loading up the boat on BTC. I've been loading up the last 2 weeks. I've been loading up. Yeah, I did. I loaded up. Now, my real back the truck up and really load up number is $1,250, and it didn't get down to there. If it got down to $1,250, it would have been insane how much I would have been loading up. But it never got down that low. But yeah, I'm consistently buying. I slowed down today because it shot way up, but yeah, I'm buying the dips. When you get a nice dip, I'll buy the dips. Let's see here. What else do we have here? Agreed, Craig. Don't tie your money up in stuff that doesn't get used. Better to have cash in hand. Yep. Leslie is in the house. School is canceled. Uh-oh. No school. Leslie's hanging out. There you go. I don't blame her. The Omega City editions are attractive dress watches. Okay, let's check that out. And let's see if I can search City, if that'll come up. I'm searching the Omega website. Let's see if that comes up. Oh, here's one that's pretty elegant. It's called a Tresor, Tresor. Here, let me see here. Look at this. I wouldn't go for the red, but I mean, it is kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool, the red. I never thought about having a dark, like maroon, like a red like that with the strap. I mean, that is kind of cool. But I mean, I don't think I'd go that way. I think I would rather have like a more conservative look, but that case is stunning. That case is absolutely stunning. What is that? Is that a woman's or men's? What the hell's going on here? I hate these websites that are goofy. 18 karat yellow gold, 40 millimeter case, so it's pretty big. I'd probably rather have it be 38 mils, but I could probably get by with that. That's a pretty big dress watch. It'd probably work. Let's see what else it says here. That's pretty amazing. Anniversary edition. 18 karat gold. See what I mean? They make some watches with some gorgeous case designs, gorgeous lugs. Yeah. Watch details. See what we can find out here, folks. See, this one's 18,800. And see, you see really nice Omega dress watches similar to this, sometimes for sale for like 12 grand or 10 grand, or I've even seen some of them for like 8 grand that look pretty damn good. I mean, you're spending steel Rolex money on an 18 karat gold stunner. That's a competitive option. That's a competitive option. Let's see. Globemaster is the real deal. Okay, Craig, what are your thoughts on the Omega Globemaster in yellow gold? All right, let's check that out. Let's check that out. Globemaster. Let's check that out. I'm searching the Omega website for Globemaster. Let's see if they've got one in gold here. Handy. Here's a Globemaster annual calendar, but it's not gold. Well, let's say see more. I'll switch to it if I find it. Give me a second here. Trying to get there's a steel and gold one. Well, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Okay. So there's a steel and gold Globemaster. There's one that's steel. I don't know if that bezel's gold or not, but let's keep going here and see if there's a gold one. I wonder how thick this watch is. Looks like it might be a little thicker than that other one. See if we can find a gold one here. Here's some gold ones. All right, so let's try this one just for fun. Let's try this one. That's pretty stunning. 41 mil. See, it's getting really big. 24 grand, so it's the same price. But see, it's getting, I think that's getting too big. I wonder how thick it is. Features, date. Okay, let's see. See, I hate where they don't put the thickness. I mean, that's one of the most important things about a watch, right? And it ain't here. And I have to tell you, that 002 Grand Seiko is a lot more stunning than this. I mean, it ain't even a close call. I mean, this is an okay watch. All right, it's okay. It's pretty cool, right? But no, it doesn't hold a candle to that GS, I don't think. Let's see. So you're looking for a Tudor with an integrated bracelet. Carlos, fire up the Gulfstream and stop in Annapolis and pick me up on your way. Yeah, that's right. To visit Baltimore, Maryland. There you go. Absolutely. You guys are in motion. Absolutely. Brett says you ain't getting 1250 ever. Well, I did buy it under 1250 numerous times, but yeah, we may not see that again. We may not see those days again. We're not going to see the days when I can buy it for $30 again either. I don't think we're going to see that. I think those, yeah, I think that that ship has sailed. We all kick ourselves for not buying more back in the day, right? We thought we bought enough. We thought we were greedy and we bought enough, but we could have bought more. We should have, could have, should have, would have. I would not mind. Of course, there's some people that say we're stupid to have our Bitcoin and be holding it, that we shouldn't have any, that it's going to go to zero. So some people say we're just, us Bitcoiners are just total idiots. Those are the no-coiners out there, the no-coiners. Yeah. So I would not mind having AP, Royal Oak. Yeah, I would pass on all that. I would pass on that, Carlos. Yep, there are a lot of other better options. A lot of other better options than that. Long list of better options. If you think Seiko have long model numbers, look at Omega. Desperate for good women over here these days. Only women on the streets the last few days are the fat ones. Virus is chopping down the beauties. Oh boy, that's not good. Well, I think officially, is it true that like half of the Americans are considered overweight and like a third are considered obese or something? Or is it might even be more than half. The statistics are not in your favor if you're looking for a fit young lady. If you're looking for a fit young lady, okay, someone like the lovely Brianna, very fit, very fit. That is not easy to do these days. The statistics are not in your favor. Okay, David's still in the house. He says, your land, sea, air theme, have you decided what to add? Okay. Okay, Dave, I heard Omega is releasing a smaller Seamaster. I'll wait to see what I think. Okay, there you go. Also, which Explorer version do you have? Okay. Omega reference numbers are horrible, yeah. What do you think of the Omega DeVille coaxial escapement? Okay. I think I've seen some of the Omega DeVilles and they're pretty cool. Let me see if I can pull one up. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's a Trezor. Why did that come up when I searched DeVille? That one we already looked at. Oh, here's a DeVille Prestige, or whatever. I got to get my glasses fixed. Okay, let's click on this. This is 39.95 mils, so still pretty big for a dress watch. And of course this one's steel, but okay, see, I'm not a fan of those lugs where it looks like the lugs were just stuck on and they don't flow into the case. Not really a fan of that deal. Let's see if there's a gold one in here. Let's see if there's a gold one. See, here's a gold watch. But again, no, I like the lugs on that other watch we looked at earlier much better. But you can see how reasonable this is. This is brand new at $10,000. So yeah, these are very reasonable. But you just need to get one with a better looking case than that. Yeah, I would pass on that particular one. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Good idea. Okay, great watch. Okay, I'm just reading through here. The Globe Master in yellow gold is 39 mils. There you go. Craig, look up the Rolex Cellini Danios. Might be the right watch for you. Okay. Not a big Cellini fan, though, I'll tell you up front. Okay, we're going to look at the 4243 reference here. try to find one in all gold, though. I want to find one in all gold. Give me a second here. Trying to find one. 18 karat white gold. No, I don't want that. No interest in white gold whatsoever. Why on earth would I pay gold prices and get a white gold watch? That's not going to happen. Now here's an 18 karat gold watch. See if I can pull this up. Pretty nice. I mean, it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. I'll grant it that. I'm going to pause it when it gets around. You know, I kind of don't like that kind of squarish look to the case, that kind of funny shape where it gets fatter there at the corners. Yeah, I don't know why they bothered to do that. Yeah. That, again, that doesn't hold a candle to the 002. It would be less money. But, of course, I wouldn't have the spring drive. I mean, yeah. It's a competitive option, though. Definitely a competitive option. Let's see. Gold Mastering, yellow gold. Okay, we're Craig. We did that. Bitcoin is still confusing to a lot of people, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, yes. We are very early on the whole Bitcoin thing. Very early. We're like 1994 on the internet, that type of early, right? This is, it's going to be a while before John Q. Public, the average person, understands the ramifications of Bitcoin and has any kind of clue at all about what Bitcoin is and where it's headed. We're probably several years out, maybe 5 to 10 years out, before we see, the average person starting to grasp the concept of Bitcoin. And by then, it'll almost be impossible for the average person to own one whole Bitcoin. I mean, it's pretty hard right now for the average person because most people are broke. But it's pretty hard right now for the average person to buy one whole Bitcoin. And 5, 10 years from now, it will be virtually impossible for them to own an entire Bitcoin. Let's see here. Liquidity dries up prior to an economic collapse. Money will flow back in. What about silver, Craig? Do you see the collapse in paper, silver, all physical sold out? Well, I mean, silver is it's gone way down, right? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't buy any silver at this point. I own some silver, but I certainly wouldn't buy any. I don't even know if I would buy gold at this point. I have some, but I don't think I'll add to the gold. Yeah. I might be finishing the private pilot course someday, but if in this case it would be something like a Cessna. Okay, there you go. Well, it'll take you a while to get here, but you can get here in a Cessna probably. Seems like all there is are fats here. Never seen anything like Brie in my life. My Apple Watch is the best looking thing I've got around here. Derek and my... Well, I mean, someone as stunning as the lovely Brianna, that is kind of rare. I will grant you that. That's kind of rare. Let's pull up another picture of the lovely Brianna so that people know what in the heck we're talking about. Let me pull up another picture here. Let's see if I can pull up another picture. Okay. All right. So, yes. I just definitively, I just have to say that someone as stunning as the lovely Brianna, that is a rarity. That is a rarity. She is pretty amazing. And she's a lot of fun. So there's that. She's a lot of fun. She's down to earth. She's a lot of fun. And yes, I would concur. I would concur. She is pretty rare. That's pretty rare. Let's see. Carlos. let's see, then you could fly to Colombia and Costa Rica. Absolutely. There's too much fast food culture in the USA. Yeah. Yeah, people have become just totally addicted on eating junk. I mean, putting just a bunch of crap in their body. I mean, I told you the other day, I didn't make this up. I'm serious. I told you the other day. Let's see, do I have the picture in here still? I think I took a picture. Because I knew that people would not buy it. They would not buy it. Okay. This is what Costco says is essential food, right? Here you go. Okay, so according to Costco, to focus on just the essentials, we have temporarily limited our menu, and it's takeout only. The available items are hot dogs, soda, whole cheese pizza, and whole pepperoni pizza. So those are deemed to be the essentials for so that, you know, when all hell breaks loose and you, my gosh, you can get your hot dog at Costco. You can get that essential hot dog. And let me tell you something. Today, when I was leaving, people were buying them left and right. And they had somebody there at the dispenser thing, dispensing the mustard and stuff like that for them so that they didn't have to touch the thing, right? The person was wearing gloves and all. And they, you know, you take your hot dog up and they'd put the accoutrements on there for you, right? And this one woman, I swear she must have been 300 pounds. She was no joke. I would not get between her and a buffet. Can you imagine if you were moving towards the buffet and she was on her way? Because let me tell you something. When those 300-pounders get moving towards the buffet, they can move. They are no joke. They're really light on their feet when they're headed to the buffet. And you get between them and the buffet, and it's not going to look good for you. I mean, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be an absolute disaster if you get between that 300-pounder. And I didn't want to get between that 300-pounder and her hot dog. Let me tell you something. She had 2 or 3 of them there. And no. I was not going to get in that mix. So, yeah, I passed on the hot dogs. Didn't get any hot dogs today. Didn't get any of the essentials. I only bought things like avocados and sweet potatoes and, you know, nothing, no essentials. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got here. Nice. Okay. Craig, I say to hell with the watch and get yourself a Lexus LS 460 stunner instead. There you go. An LS 460. You can buy them pretty cheap. I really like my Toyota Prius, though. It rides nice. It's quiet because of it's so aerodynamic. It's almost as quiet as my Lexus LS 430 was, believe it or not. It's really quiet. And of course, I can load the Segway in the back easily. I can load all my camera gear in the back easily. They should make something like an LS sedan that's like a hatchback. I don't want to buy like a big SUV, one of those big SUV things. But it'd be neat if they made something like that, you know, more like a small wagon type of thing. Like, I'm not a big fan of the big SUVs. If I did get an SUV, it would be a Land Cruiser. That's what I'd get, Toyota Land Cruiser, because they're just amazing. But I don't need all that. I don't need all that extra weight. I don't need the 4-wheel drive, all that stuff. So, yeah, I kind of like what I've got. It's working out fine. The flights to Colombia could help me pay for the plane. Carlos in the house. What do you think of the lugs on the Gold Omega reference? Blah, 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 blah. Well, come on, guys. You know what lugs I like. I don't need to pull up every single one. But I'll try to pull that up. Let's see if I can search it by that number on their website. If they'll allow that, then I'll do it. Give me a second here. For crying out loud, I just clicked on the thing. Okay, here we go. All right, let me put that number in there and see what happens. Huh! They say there's no such thing. 4652, let's see if I put it in right. 4652.20.32. See, I search using their freaking number on their freaking website, and it doesn't come up. How cool is that? What a disaster. What a disaster that is. Let me search just a straight up Google search of that number and see if it comes up. Here it is, DeVille. Here's images. So I guess that's it right there. Let me pull this up. That's pretty stunning. Oh, no. They made the lug a little bit funky. See how it's a little bit funky where it connects to the case. They made it a little bit funky, and they gave it those funky little collars on the crown. No, they funked that up. No, I don't want a watch that's funked up. I'm not buying an ugly watch. We're passing on the ugly watches on this channel, folks. We're not going there. Let's see. I would take the day-date over that personally. If you return to Rolex, how could you get anything else? Well, if I return to Rolex, yeah, day-date, absolutely. I mean, that's the Rolex to have, in my opinion. You can never go wrong. If you want to have a Rolex, you can never go wrong with a day-date. Full stop. I mean, yeah, that is the best all-around sport watch ever constructed. That's a watch you literally can use for everything. And very few watches can you say that about. It's a very short list. Matter of fact, that might be the only watch on the list that you can say that about. So, yes, if you want a one watch that does it all, the Date-8 is amazing. Okay. When I saw the tractor pulling video of yours, I was astonished. There were so many overweight people there. They looked like big machines themselves. There's a lot of big folks in these United States of America. There are a lot of big folks. I will grant you that. Food is cheap. This channel has live subtitles that work well. Never knew that. Tom in the house. I didn't put them there. I think that's Google doing that. So yeah, that's good. If they're working good, I'm trying to use good diction so that sort of thing might work. Let's see. Currently, the Doxa is the most accurate watch in my collection, plus 1.5 seconds a day versus the Date-8, 2 seconds a day. Yeah, see, if it's a little bit fast, that's good because that's easier to fix. You just unscrew and stop it for a few seconds, here and there every few weeks. Fortunately, I don't have to do any of that with this. This one just runs, and it's just like accurate as all get out. And don't get me started on the 005, how accurate that puppy is. We're coming up on 7 o'clock. We have never broadcast. I don't know if we've broadcast this late on this channel ever. I think we may have, but I don't remember. Not in recent times we haven't. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. Costco, Tom is in the house. Do you have Costco there? Pepperoni pizza is pretty essential. There you go. Absolutely. Of those things on that list, of all those things on that list, yes, that would be the one I would buy, would be the pepperoni pizza. Absolutely. Bree and I have often had a pizza there. So we'll sometimes stop there when she's on her way home and get a large pizza. We always get half with everything because she likes everything, and then half with pepperoni. And then I'll eat a piece or two of the pepperoni, and she'll eat a piece or two of the everything, and then take the rest home so her brother can have some and her mom can have some. And yeah, that's always a good time. Always a good time stopping and getting some pizza. And we don't just stop for the pizza. We get full supplies, and we do that. What is Jim misbehaving? Is that why? Did he get hit with the wrench, Jim? Duggan. Did he get hit with the wrench? Craig, what about Cartier watches? Yeah, I'm not a big fan. They're okay, but I think there are a lot of better options. David Williams in the house. Let's see here. Carlos, good to hear. I think it will serve you well as a water watch. Tom in the house. I can think on worse situation. Okay. An LS hatchback, so something similar to Porsche Panamera then. Yeah, I mean, why do we have to step up to a full-blown freaking SUV to get something like that? I mean, remember years ago they even had like a Toyota Camry wagon, right? And they had like I think they even had a Corolla wagon, right? Those were kind of cool. Those were kind of cool little wagons. It could be like an LS wagon, something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Remember they had the BMWs like that sometimes? I think they had the BMW. It was like a little wagon. Remember they had the Mercedes diesel wagon, the 300. What did they call it? T or whatever. Remember the diesel wagon? Those were really cool. Really cool cars. I don't know why they got away from all that. I think they were all pretty cool. Okay, so Jim, if you're, yeah, because what's going to happen, Jim, if you're being an ass on this channel, see, we don't tolerate that here. What'll happen is you'll just get blocked. I mean, there are a whole bunch of other channels on YouTube that tolerate jerks. But we don't tolerate clowns, jerks, trolls, and we're actually adding to that list. I think pansies are going to be banned from this channel. I don't think we're going to allow any pansies in the channel. Somebody made the comment earlier today on Twitter or somewhere. Somebody made the comment that that we have never seen anything this extraordinary since World War II, that it's been since World War II that we've seen something as extraordinary as this current situation that's going on now. And I thought to myself, well, but the big difference was then in World War II, there weren't as many pansies, right? I mean, can you think about it? I mean, people actually went to Europe knowing that many of them were going to die, right? People back here at home were major sacrifices were made, right? And everybody pulled together. Everybody made things happen. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, those people from that day and age, I mean, looking to what people are like now, they're like whining because they can't get toilet paper. I mean, talk about a bunch of pansies. I mean, I don't know. Let's not go down that road because it could be a mess. Trolls and stalkers coming in. No wonder attractive females get driven out of these live shows. Cheese in the house. No Costco here. Not enough space. I like the idea though. Okay. My family had a Volvo 850 turbo wagon. That car was superb and very quick, reliable too. Yeah, I drove some of the turbo wagons when I was selling Volvos in I think around 1982-ish. I was selling Volvos. I sold a lot of different cars. And yeah, I had a GL sedan was my demo, a Volvo GL. I had one with the 4-cylinder. We had some with that V6, but that V6 was a piece of junk. But anyway, yeah, we had a number of the wagons, and we had some of the turbo wagons in stock, and they were cool. Yeah, absolutely, they were cool. But that wasn't the 850 came later, I think. The ones we had were the just the 4-cylinder, and some of them were turbocharged. Yeah. Let's see here. Back then, people bought war bonds and rationed daily supplies. Now they fight like idiots over toilet paper in Walmart. Yeah, they had a big sign at the Costco today. No toilet paper. Oh my God. Well, I do have a bidet here, so I guess, it's probably not fair for me to comment on the toilet paper thing because I do have a bidet that I use. And so I don't need as much toilet paper. I still use some. And a few weeks ago, before all this crisis and all, I bought another one of those big bags of toilet paper that you get at Costco, right? So I have one back there. And I had some more. I wasn't at the end of what I had, so I have probably a year's supply of toilet paper. So if this thing goes on more than a year, I might have a problem. I might have a problem there. So, and I also have like a few years worth of, here is my, I took this picture for a friend of mine. Let me just crop this a little bit. So yeah, let me see if I can make this bigger if I go like that. Yeah. So here's a picture of the supplies. This is my, these are the supplies that wouldn't fit in the cabinets, right? This is my overflow. Okay, so you can see there the salmon on the right, and you can see the canned chicken. You can see the walnuts, the bags of walnuts. You can see the dates there. And you can see, of course, plenty of oatmeal, right? See the big containers of oatmeal. And then all the way to the one side, there are 3 bags of the peanuts that they sell there. And so that's my overflow. That's my heavy-duty oak shelf that's over top of the sliding doors that go out. And that in the kitchen, and that's just the overflow of my backup supplies. So yeah, I've got literally probably years worth of and the beans. Check this out. This Charles Chip can is full of black beans. Okay, so and I've got like a couple of boxes of those, 20-pound boxes of like navy beans and stuff. You buy 20-pound boxes at the restaurant wholesale supply place, right? So I've got literally 20-pound boxes of those dry beans. And those keep for a couple of years, by the way. So yeah, we're ready for the apocalypse here at this undisclosed location, extremely secure location near Camp David. I'm a Jeep guy, have been for many years. David in the house. Yeah, but I think the Land Cruiser is a superior vehicle. I hate to break the news to you, David, but it's okay. We'll let you have your Jeeps. Are the Lexus SUV engines different from the ones they use in Toyota trucks? Imagine they would tune them to be a little smoother. That's a good question. Might be. I'm not sure. Just bought the 2019 4Runner on the cheap. Okay, I don't blame you, Kevin. Good move. Well, if the apocalypse happens, everyone is going to be malnourished. But Craig, go to get ready for work. Tom's going to get ready for work. Thanks for the later show, Craig. Great chat, and take care, everyone. Okay, well, there you go. Tom appreciates the later show. All right, let me know, folks, if there are any other things. I guess Steve's not gonna chime in. I guess he's not gonna chime in. So I'm closing out a few of these tabs of some of these watches that we will never consider, and just closing those out. But let me know if there's anything else before I wrap this puppy. I'm going to wrap this puppy up. It's 10 minutes after 7. I am getting hungry. I did go for a long walk this afternoon. It was 70 degrees here. It was amazing. I went for a long walk. I ate some peanuts. I stuff them fill up my pocket with peanuts, and I walk and shell them and eat them as I go. And let's see, Lexus engines tend to be smoother tuned than Toyota ones, but the ones in the Lexus LX and Toyota Land Cruiser are pretty much on par for smoothness. Even Toyota engines are very smooth. Yeah, oh yeah. Are there any Pepsi Grand Seikos? Interesting question. I've never seen that. That's a good point. I've never seen like one of their GMTs with like a Pepsi type bezel. Good question. I've never seen it. Maybe it's existed. Staying isolated in Howard County with my Submariner, tracking the time. Richard, in the house in Howard County. Well, you can't be that far from me, Richard. By the way, I own howardcounty.com, howardcounty.com. I'm looking for an entrepreneur. Maybe an entrepreneur in Howard County could make something out of that. howardcounty.com, howardcounty.com. Never were people healthier in this country than during World War II. There was no junk food. There you go. Good point. Yeah, these big food companies have straight up addicted half the population on all this junk. And I mean, and you see these people. I don't know if I told you the story about the family in Costco. I'm not making this up. I'm serious business, okay? There was this woman pushing, and thank goodness, I mean, she was walking and she was pushing the cart. I'll give her credit for that. But she was probably 300 pounds. She had her little boy was in the cart, riding in the cart, and then they had another cart that her daughter was pushing. The little boy was in the cart. He was probably 9 years old. He was probably over 200 pounds. And he was in the cart. And she was pushing the cart. I don't know how he even got in the cart. I don't know how he even fit, but he was in it. And then the girl was pushing the other cart, which they were loading up with food. And she was probably 13. And she had to be 300 pounds. I mean, she was huge. And so they had one of those big vanilla ice cream, maybe 2 gallons or whatever it is. It's bigger than a gallon, a big container of vanilla ice cream. And they had one of those packages of the chocolate chip cookies. And that was in the cart, that part in the front of the cart where you can put something, the cookies were in there, and they were open, and they were snacking on the cookies. And the little boy said, Mommy, can we have some ice cream? He wanted to get into the ice cream right there, right in the store. And Mom said, No. We have to wait until we get to the car. So hey, at least she used some discipline there, right? She made the kid wait until they got into the car. So there you go. They were going to dig into the ice cream when they got out to the car. So yeah. What type of Rolex should I buy for a 43-year-old who works as a nurse? Derek in the house. Some people were, 43-year-old, you didn't say if it's a male or female. Can be a male or female nurse. I'm assuming it's a female nurse, but let's assume it's a female nurse. Some people were suggesting, like for Brianna, when we were talking, she has a very small wrist. Some people were talking about like a 34 millimeter Oyster Perpetual, something like that. That would really be cool. I think that'd be a great watch for a nurse. If she's got good eyes and she can read it fine. I think, of course, 43, you're starting to get to the time where you're going to need reading glasses and stuff like that. But some people don't mind that. They don't mind wearing their reading glass, and reading the watch. I'm in denial still. A lot of times I'm not wearing my reading glasses, and so I like having the legibility of something like this. But yeah, a 34 mil Oyster Perpetual would be fantastic, I think, for a female nurse. For a male nurse, I'd want at least a 36 mil. Yeah, either Datejust or an OP would be a great nurse type watch. Yeah. Whoever you vote for, Israel already bought them off. There you go. They had to forklift him in, A Rolex Oyster Petrol 34 or 36 would be a great choice. So there you go, Cheetown in the house. All right, we are going to wrap this puppy up. Another fantastic discussion. Links are in the description of the video. Check out those links. I'm going to pull up the video here. Pull up the control here. And we're going to wrap this puppy up. As you can see, it's coming up on 7:16 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States of America. And we're going to have to wrap this puppy up. If this will load in. Hopefully it'll load in. And I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Hey, click the bell, click subscribe, click the bell.